The other year, there was an animated movie coming out, Rob, called Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
No.
And I thought it was a dumb idea. I thought it was a dumb idea. We've got Spider-Man on the big screen. Why do we need an animated Spider-Man on the big screen at the same time? Why not just do this thing as some kind of straight to video thing? I didn't really think I would care about a Miles Morales Spider-Man. I'm a Peter Parker. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. That's what I want to see is going to be Peter Parker. And then even the first trailer came out. And I'm like, this trailer, didn't like the animation style, Rob. I didn't like the animation style in the trailer. I didn't. I thought this is just too weird. I don't like this. Boo on this movie, whatever. But I started to get curious about the movie because it is Spider-Man and it is a comic book related thing. And then I saw it and it ended up being not my number 3 favorite comic book movie of the year. It was my number 3 movie of the year. I only had it behind Quiet Place and BlacKkKlansman. Other than that, I thought Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was... And this was the year that Infinity War came out, and I thought Spider-Verse was the best one of the year. So obviously, I've been anxiously awaiting a new one to come. Well, apparently, Rob, that phrase I like to use of tangibilization is coming to pass. One of the animators on Spider-Verse 2 has put out on Twitter that they've begun work. Production is underway of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 coming out in 2022, or so they say. I don't see any reason why they're not going to be able to make that release date at this point. And I couldn't be happier. I loved this movie so much. I just watched it again recently, actually. We did a watch-along with me and a bunch of the Patreon supporters of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I love that movie more every time I see it. So I'm very, very stoked about this. Rob, it's not just Spider-Verse 2. We're in this phase right now where we're hearing about movies, any movie, going back into production, about theaters opening back up, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. But it just seems like we're starting to come out of the shell a bit, but I'm stoked about the Spider-Verse 2 thing. Rob, you hear about Spider-Verse 2 going into production. What are your thoughts?
Well, I love this movie. And finally, Hot Toys put up a Miles Morales figure to pre-order. And you know how I was on that. Like,
yep.
I could make an analogy about flies on something, but man, I was so excited. I adored Into the Spider-Verse, even though, plot-wise, I might have had a few issues. But the film, I loved the animation style in this movie. I know a lot of people. You weren't the only one that was like, what kind of, it reminded me when I saw the film. It reminded me when I saw Akira for the first time, the Japanese animation, the famous animation, because what I loved about Akira was how they animated light, like neon lights in a city. I'd never seen that before, the way they did it. And when I saw Into the Spider-Verse, it had that same, the color, the use of light. I was entranced by that. And I love that we're getting another film in the same style. I love the Miles Morales character. I don't know if they're going to bring all the other characters back, but if they did, that wouldn't be so bad. I can't wait. Bring it on. I had to buy that 4K disc. Come on.
Of course you did. God, I love this movie. So I'm really stoked to hear about it. Guys, what do you think about it? Because it's several layers of things to celebrate. Movies are going back into production, specifically Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse goes in production. Part 2. Maybe you didn't love the first one. Maybe you did. What do you think about it? Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys.